So, just in case anyone's wondering why I haven't reviewed any albums in the last little bit, it's only because reviewing albums reviewing music in general, it's simply different from reviewing movies. And you know what? That's totally fine. It's okay if they're different from each other. And because it's different, one's going to take longer than the other. And in my case, it's the albums that take a little bit longer to do. But because the albums do take longer for me to do, I should be doing more of those to conquer everything. I do have a long ways to go I do have a long ways to go for both of them. So yeah, why not just keep banging away at the album stuff. Hopefully, this album review is better than my previous ones. Because let's face it, my very first album review wasn't that good, and my second two I thought were improvements. So hopefully, there's improvements. Another big improvement with this one also. This one is about the Ottawa-based thrash metal band Infrared, which um, which is very similar to what you would get out of the big four. So Anthrax, Metallica, Megadeth, and Slayer. But you got some other elements of great thrash bands of the past, like Overkill and Testament. Now they've done three albums so far, and personally, after listening to No Peace, which was released in 2016 after some hiatus, I thought to myself, you know what? Why not to do all their albums? Yeah, why not? That sounds good. So because of that, I'm going to go back and I'm going to do album reviews of like depending on how big the band's discography is. The band has a really huge discography, like um, like Alice Cooper. Maybe not, because that's a ton. Yeah, but in the case of Infrared, I'll definitely do a full discography thing. So the album that I'm going to be reviewing today is called No Peace, and when I was listening to the album, it really gave me. Of course, it's a like a classic thrash feel, but most notably Megadeth. I don't know why it just did. It like for some reason I just felt like um, but I know for a fact that Megadeth is one of the big influences of this band. So yeah, there's nothing wrong with Megadeth being being a big like hearing some of Megadeth stuff in this. So yeah, let's get right into the songs themselves. The first song is an instrumental, and it is called Inframental. Now, I think that's kind of genius. Inframental, instrumental. There had to be something like that. There had to be a little bit of a pun mixed in with that. Um, Now, most that know me know that if an album opens up with a really good instrumental, especially with a metal album that opens up with a really good instrumental, I'm a real sucker for it. Instrumental was the perfect opening. Number two was TOC. If I'm not mistaken, it's called Terror Song Call, which is what it's an acronym for. Oh yeah, and by the way, if I misinterpret anything in this album, I really apologize. It's just my own interpretations, and um, I hope that you guys like it, like my review of it anyway, even though there may be some flaws in this. That's like I'm just trying to really to master everything. So back to the song TOC. Taking a stance against global crap like politics and war and all that kind of stuff. So, like taking a stand against that kind of stuff, like the lyrics alone in this really make it good. But of course, you got the actual music portion of it that also help out with how good the song is. It's really cool. No Peace is another one about war, and later Fight Fire with Fire. Now, as I mentioned, that the album really gave me a big Megadeth feel. This one, again, I don't know why. Maybe it's just some sort of subconscious thing that happened. This particular one reminds me of something off of So Far, So Good, So What from Megadeth, which is, I guess you could say it's a good thing because it's a pretty underrated Megadeth album. And yeah, it must be a subconscious thing as to why I think that No Peace is like So Far, So Good, So What. I do think that this is better than TOC. Both sound like classic thrash things, but I think that No Peace simply was just simply better. My Goodwill is it's a just about violence, beating people up. It's a really good pump up song. Frankly, I really like when like I'm not sick or anything, but whenever songs deal with like like beating people up, like the Slayer song Payback, they're just fun to listen to. And frankly, My Goodwill, yeah, it's in that same realm of Slayer's Payback. It's just a really good song. It's awesome. Next up, Social Science, which pokes fun at religion. Um, Now, I would say that this one is the best musically. So, yeah, the lyrics are really good and everything, but the way that the guitar playing and the drums and everything actually is, I would say that this is the best one of the on the album. Is it necessarily the best as a whole? Possibly, but definitely musically. I would say that this one is like top two or top three in terms of like best as a whole. Cliche, next up, is about finding the perfect girl. Well, it's about trashy women that aren't for you, and it's hard to follow the previous one, Social Science. But they actually did really well with this one. Um, yeah, the thing that I liked about this one, and the thing that the album is starting to really snowball from is each song is starting to get more imagery being generated. Like no disrespect to like TOC or No Peace or anything, but the imagery in the songs as the album's progressing is getting stronger. So that's a major bonus. Number 7 is Some Kind of Disease. We can all just imagine what that some kind of disease is, right? Sexual diseases. So the choruses themselves are like the choruses themselves in this one are kind of short, but the rest of it is made up for by having some really complex guitar stuff. Now I'm not really all one for really short choruses like the singing part in the short choruses. As long as everything else, as long as there's some compensation for it, and this one perfectly gets compensated for by the really great guitar playing. So it was really good stuff. Down Below, which is the next one, is about killing in the name of religion and whatnot. Now now again the guitar portions of this that happen after every little bit, and they just keep going and get bigger and bigger, and it keeps building and building. So yeah, this one Down Below and Some Kind of Disease. The way that they keep building and building, and like the guitar playing are totally awesome. And this one right here, I would say Down Below is probably the one with the best, well, the strongest images, like imagery. I mean, Untimely Storm is the longest one. It starts off kind of slow. It's another war song, and it really takes us into another big war thing caused by politics. And again, this one right here has really good imagery to it. Yeah, this one has really good harmony to it. I'm a big sucker for harmony in metal music. Yeah, I would call Untimely Storm the best one of the album. It's just my personal favorite. The way that the harmony is, and the way that everything builds up, and the strong imagery, I really liked it. Thoughts Caught in Between is another one about sex. Now, around the 2.5 minute mark, that's when, like, I mean, like the song starts off really good, okay, but around the 2.5 minute mark, it really shoots up. Like usually, I've said before with this album, that the songs they just keep getting better and better, some of them. But this one right here, instead of just getting better and better and better, at the 2 minute mark, In Search of, which is the last one, is instrumental. It starts off calm, but it's good, and it gets heavier and heavier. But it's still able to stay really nice sounding. If that makes any sense, hopefully it does. Just listen to it if you don't. Now, even though it's an instrumental, there is some live footage of the band playing in Ottawa. Like it says, "Thank you, Ottawa," and I thought that was just the perfect addition to it. All right, so that's the album. So, what are my thoughts on the album in as a whole? Okay, I'm a big sucker for classic thrash metal. This band was heavily influenced by the Big Four. Who can blame them, right? But the way that everything happened in this, like the way that the songs would progress and the imagery, and yeah, I was just a total sucker for this. And I would recommend this to anybody that loves metal music, especially thrash. If you love thrash metal, then frankly, buy this album as soon as you possibly can. But even if you like, even if you're not really big with thrash metal, even if you like just listening to Enter Sandman by Metallica, which really shouldn't be the case, you should love all Metallica songs more than that, just because that song's really overplayed. I would still say listen to this Infrared album. It is really good. This is one of those things where like if you like metal music, even just the slightest little bit, really really support this, really listen to it, really buy it, because it is just so very well done. This isn't like Destruction or Sepultura, which some people might call too heavy for the average person's taste. This one is just perfect enough for where anyone can say, you know what, it's not so heavy that I'm turned off by it. Yeah, this is a really good album. I really liked it, and as I said, I just love this kind of thrash metal, this kind of classic feel to it. Now, I'm not sure when I will be reviewing Infrared's other albums. It could happen later this week, roughly. But um, just know that I will be reviewing Infrared's entire discography for this. Well, then that's all, folks. Buy this album.